So as you see, I don't got anything tied onto my rod yet. The reason being for that is because when I'm bass fishing, I honestly really like seeing the lake first, you know, seeing what's going on today, and then kind of choosing. I mean, I know I can just like, oh, if I had something already tied on, I could just change it. But like, if I don't already have that and I'm just here, might as well just wait. So as we can see here, water's looking pretty clear. Like today, I was expecting this to be like chocolate milk mud, because that's what it usually is at this time of year. But it's looking like we're having some pretty clear water. Doesn't seem too muddy, at least. So we're looking at not muddy, but not clear, like pretty average water. Calm, no wind, and no weeds, because it's still early in the season. So that's screaming moving bait for me, and that fires me up a bit. I'm very in between chatterbait and spinnerbait right now. Do I want a red or a white? I'm gonna go with the lighter color. We're gonna go white. So a good sign I'm also immediately seeing. Do you guys see the steam coming off the water here? That's telling me kind of what the water temp is right now. I don't have a thermometer or anything, but I know the air temp's around, you know, 7 or 8 degrees right now. And when steam's coming off the water like that, that means the water is warmer than the air temp. So, you know, 10 degrees Celsius is that 50 degrees Fahrenheit range, which is really the temperature that gets bass moving. And it's looking like the water temp's sitting at that. And when I'm early season spring fishing like this, that's a really good sign, because we need that water temp to be over 50. So what I'm gonna do here to start is kind of just walk up this shoreline, working this spinnerbait, see if any bass, just cruising along the shore here, looking for some food. Oh, no, that was a weed. God, I thought that was a fish. Oh, was that a fish? I don't think so. Might have just been weeds. Good way to check. If you think you got a bite, you don't know if it was weeds or not, but you just cast right back to the same place you did. You reel it through again. And if you feel something, it's probably weeds, and if you don't, it's probably a fish. Okay, so I'm not just gonna walk right into this spot here and make a cast, because what if it's like a 10-pound bass, you know, hugging the bank? I just walk in there and just see that wake, I'd be pissed. So we're gonna stand a little farther away, rip a cast, and work one through here just to make sure, you know, I don't scare one. I've done that so many times, where I just like walk in, I just see this like huge wake go away. I've done it way too many times. I'm actually like traumatized now. Holy, what the hell happened here? Looks like a crow? What is this? Yeah, it looks like a crow just got destroyed by something. God damn. Dude, you got all the bones and stuff too? Holy, look at this. Yeah, definitely like an owl or something just ripped that thing to shreds. Another bird. Another dead bird. Dude, what is going on here? There's some like crow serial killer, some animal. I mean, I think there's like a bird sanctuary or something, so it's probably like an owl. I'm sure someone knows, because that's the only thing I could think that would kill a crow, or like a bald eagle. But you see the crows chasing the bald eagles when they're like, when the crows are nesting and the bald eagles go for the eggs or whatever, the crows will chase them. So I'm like, oh, they can't be eagles killing them. It's gotta be like an owl. Yeah, well, worked this whole bank up and down, no dice. However, I'm gonna stay positive here, because the next 2 spots I'm going to are the spots that I've caught the most fish at this lake here. So I'm feeling confident, you know. We worked the low percentage fish zones. It didn't pay out today, but now we're going to where I'm a lot more confident. So hopefully there we can at least get a bite. I'd be happy with a bite. Now we're in some high percentage water. This is what I like right here. So now we can have a creek outflow, and it's made this water around here pretty muddy. So, you know, we got the right bait on for muddy water right now. But the big thing about muddy water is that when you're casting to an area that you really like, you gotta cast a few times. Like, you can't just cast once and just be like, oh, whatever. And just be like, oh, whatever, nothing there. Because, you know, there could easily be something there. But it's really hard for the bass to see your bait. So they're pretty much strictly going off vibration. So you gotta put it there a few times so they kind of recognize it. And then, you know, they'll probably get agitated and go for it, right? Because again, with really murky water, it's really tough for them to see. So you gotta really just throw it in there quite a few times. And it's like, imagine you're in really foggy weather and there's a floating hamburger that slowly goes by. You can't see that floating hamburger that's going by your face until it's right in front of you, because you're in really thick fog. And you'd have to see it a few times to really recognize, oh my God, that's a floating hamburger. It's the same thing with these bass. They can't really recognize what's happening because they can't see it. It just goes right by their face and then just disappears into the murky water. Okay, well, I'm gonna leave this lake now. I didn't even get a bite, you know. And you know, a lot of the time after I come out fishing and I catch nothing, I like to ask myself, you know, other than probably the fact that I suck at fishing, what is the reason that I didn't get anything today? So, you know, could have been that it was too cold, you know, maybe it was a little too early in the season, especially for a bigger lake like this that takes a lot longer to heat up. You know, maybe it was just a little too early. Maybe those fish aren't, you know, aggressively feeding yet. Another thing is it could be just too early in the morning, you know. I have a final exam later, which is why I would come at really early, but usually when I'm fishing in like early spring or like late fall, I like to come later in the day. Reason for that being that water will absorb all the heat during the day, and it's going to be its warmest around 4 or 5 p.m. before it releases all that heat at night. So that's when I really like to fish early or late season bass. But yeah, so today I had to come out here at 6 a.m. because I have a final exam at 2. Probably should be studying for, but honestly I'd just rather go fishing. So, you know, make sure you subscribe to me so I can drop out of school and do this full time. Genuinely my dream. I'm not even joking. But yeah, so we're actually just gonna, you know, we're gonna switch to a new lake here. We're gonna go over to like a little pond now that I'm hoping is maybe heated up a bit more, and maybe has a warmer water temp than this one, assuming that was the reason why, you know, we didn't get anything today. And yeah, see y'all there. What do we got here? Invasive species alert. What the hell? No way. There's goldfish in here? Okay guys, we're not only going for largemouth, and actually there's smallmouth in here. I've caught a couple smallmouth, which is crazy. But apparently third species we can catch is a goldfish, which will obviously not be able to take anything as I'm throwing today, but that's kind of funny. But here we are. There is actually, as I mentioned, there is smallmouth bass in here. And I only know of one other lake, which is Cultus, which is everyone knows about in the lower mainland that has smallmouth. But I've caught smallmouth here. I don't know how. I'm lost on how that even happened. However, I've actually caught a 3-pound largemouth out of here, which is pretty insane because usually, you know, it's a smaller pond. Fish don't get that big. But, you know, let's see what we can do today. So we're going to start off with this moving bait here. And if nothing hits on the moving bait, then we're going to go to the wacky rig Senko. Oh, look at this. Got someone else fishing for bass here that did not clean up their garbage, so I'll do that for them. Okay, do you think this is stable? You know what, like, why not? I got waterproof shoes. Oh, it's muddy. Okay, you know. Seems okay, actually. I'm debating on this. Is this smart? Probably not, but you know what? Oh, it is. Okay, are we gonna be okay here? 200 pounds? Can I hold it? It can. It's good, and this gives me a really good vantage point. This is good. I like the strategy we're gonna do right now. I'm gonna work this open water with the moving bait here, and then I'm gonna go on that other side and work under all these branches and stuff with the Senko. I love it. Just under those trees there's a few logs, so there's fish in here. They're sitting there. There's definitely fish there. It's more of a matter like, okay, will those fish bite this? Will those fish take this? In a small pond like this, there's not too many areas for them to go. Well, not a good start there. Absolutely nothing going on. You know what? I think the spinnerbait might be a bit much for a place like this. So we're gonna go over to little wacky rig Senko and really try and get a finesse bite going. So the thing I love about fishing this little wacky rig Senko right now is that it brings the smallmouth bite into play. You know, with the spinnerbait, the spinnerbait's a little too big for the smallies, especially the ones in here. I've only got a couple. They're tiny. But this wacky rig Senko brings them into play, and it'd be really cool to catch a smallie. It's very rare around here other than one place. And I'm still very confused how they got into this random tiny pond. Probably some idiot took one from Cultus and thought it would be cool to put it in a pond like near his house or something. It's like so dumb, but you know, whatever. I hope whoever finds this has a great day. Oh, that's nice. I don't even know what this is though. Any crystal person know what this represents? It's very nice. I don't take it, right? I feel like I just leave that there. Whenever you're going down like a steep hill like this, always go down like kind of sideways like this. Never go straight vertical, because if I do step out and go like, oh, I fell, I at least have some support here, rather than if I just went straight down, I'd fall just like either butt first or head first. So always go down just like this. Oh, well, I'm caught in a tree. I think that's a sign. I think that is a sign. Call the video here. Because, you know what? Haven't had any luck today. Hasn't been a good day. Well, unfortunately today, guys, no luck. You know, that last pond there, pretty tiny pressured pond. So who knows if there's even any fish left. But maybe it's a little too early. You know, maybe it's a little too early. Oh, hello, buddy. Dude, I love cats like this. Oh. Let's check on my fishing rod. Well, I'll keep that in. He's part of the outro. But yeah, I have not caught a fish in 2025. I'm in a bit of a slump right now. Been out 5 or 6 times, you know, the last video caught nothing. All the other videos I've tried filming, nothing. You know, we're slumping right now. So we're gonna have to try and get out of that. Stay tuned. I might clickbait a fish in the thumbnail just for this one, but you know, the next ones we're gonna catch fish. So I won't need to clickbait a fish in the thumbnail. So yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw, even though I caught no fish, like and subscribe so you guys can see the next videos where I do catch a lot of fish. And so I can eventually drop out of school and do this full time. Talk to you guys later. See you on the next one.